the Lord has arrived. All aboard, free of charge. Can't afford to miss it, we won't be ignored. No need for knocking, come on in. Bring your family and your friends. Got you geeked and tuning in. You two watching or listening. Music is the major topic. Enjoy audio erotic. When the merch arrives, no copy. Help me monetize and profit. Mix the genres up like salads. Rock to reggae, brace the ballad.
Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord Nelson, that is.
They have all night long, okay? Blindfold's called the Liberator, by the way.
Once again, you know who it is. It's the big guy with the big show. Yes, indeed. I am the Lord. Nelson, that is, on the podcast Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS Network with 5 Royals Entertainment. And ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is an incredible musician, a drummer extraordinaire. It's like he was built specifically to be a drumming machine, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like iRobot, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, got Will Smith chasing him. This guy is that guy, man. So, you know, I have the utmost respect for his musical talent and his journey. And I'm honored that he's taking time out of his busy schedule to chop it up with the big guy, man. I really appreciate it. So I'm beyond thankful and grateful for the opportunity. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome to Live and Loud with the Lord, Jeremy L. Roberson, J. FINNY, baby. Yeah.
What up, what up, what up?
Your world, man. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, man, listen, I'm excited. This year started off with a blast, man. You know, I had, you know, from goodness, man, I'm losing my mind now, man. I had Doc Ice from UTFO. Yeah, and then, you know, I had Raheem from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, my boy Scott Bowling, Super Bowling, as I like to call him. And yo, man, you know, right now, I mean, Cosmo D also.
Oh, word.
Man. Yeah, I just listen, it's been an amazing time. And then, you know, Michael Gabriel right now, you know, guitarist for Sheila E. So I'm probably sure you know who that is. So anyway.
Yeah, man. God damn, man. I'm like small fry, man.
No. What are you talking about? Now you're rolling right in. Come on, man. Stop playing. Now you're rolling right in and you fitting right in there nicely, man. So, you know, how many drummers do I know? Eric Sanders, Frank Font. I know a lot of drummers that are dope, man. And you're one of those guys, man. So anyway, man, I just want to big you up, bro. And we'll start it off like the questions I ask everybody is, where are you from?
Columbia, South Carolina. Born and raised, baby.
The Metro.
Yeah, the Met.
All right, yo. So what's the best thing about being from Columbia, South Carolina?
Man, just the level of musicians that come out of there. Wow. You know, that's one of the best things, man. You get the best of all worlds, man. It's a little bit of everything there that's sprinkled around. You got rock, jazz, you know, R&B, funk. South Carolina, we just breed musicians, bro. Look at our history. That, you know.
Yeah, I tell everybody, man, you know, trace your roots and you'll see you're a Southern born killer just like me. You know, South Carolina, man, we something else. Yeah, it's not all perfect, but I love South Carolina, man. I can't front, man. I can't front. So family, do you have any siblings? And is there anyone else in your family as gifted as you are musically?
Man, I have a brother and sister. Bro, everybody, I want to say everybody in my family does something. Sing,
right?
Play an instrument, both. Oh, you know, I mean, like my dad, my dad and mom were singers.
Right.
Mom played keys, dad drums, clarinet, and then my brother drummer.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where I grew up, like who I learned from growing up. My brother, my sister was a hell of a celloist. Hate she gave it up. She got older and then she just let it go. But I mean, vocals, man, it goes down the line. Cousins, all of us play drums, sing, man. So yeah,
family deep in music. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
That's love. That's love. Oh, all right. So J. Finney Rob.
Yeah.
What does the Finney stand for, man?
So a while ago, it's a long time ago, man. I had to be in my 20s. I was playing with this group out of Charlotte. Name was Agenda. And one of the lead singers, her name was Candace Jennings. She gave me that name, really? she gave me Mr. Finesse.
Okay.
So, and it just stuck. Everybody called me, either Finesse, and then I started getting little nicknames off of that. You know what I mean? Like J. Finney, or just Finney, J. Finney Rob. And that's how all that started, man. It started years ago playing with people.
All right,
and
so
it just stuck.
Okay. So just nickname and the young lady gave it to you though. That's where you got it from.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
She just said, she always said, like, you play with so much finesse, and she's just like, oh, that's what I'm gonna call you, Mr. Finesse.
Got you. Love.
And it just stuck. Yeah.
So let's talk for a few ticks about your early years of music. So, if you don't mind, please be our tour guide and educate us on how it all started. And I'm speaking before high school and college. We'll get to that in a sec.
Okay. Well, I would say, man, like growing up, before the age of 3, I think there's a picture somewhere. My brother probably has it. Me in the hospital with a drumstick in my hand. And I just like, when I was born, he put a stick in my hand and I was just like, I had the grip already down. And I mean, it just kept going from there, man. I was beating on stuff from a young age until I finally got a drum set. Because I used to like take all the little, you remember the old wire hangers that had the little white,
of course,
little white thing on the bottom?
Yeah.
I used to take all those off and make those my drumsticks and beat those stuff.
I'm old. He's asked me a question like that. Like, I probably still have some of those, man. Stop playing.
So I used to take them off, man, and I used to beat like whatever I could find. Like I used to beat on everything until they was like, okay, we need to get this boy something to play on. so yeah, that's what happened, man. Till I got my first drum set. My grandfather bought me one for Christmas, and like they bought me one of like the little kid play ones.
I got you.
And I bust that thing up on one day, bro. And like, yeah. I was like, nah. I cried. And I was like, bro, y'all got to do something better than this.
They didn't know at first, man. You were a real one with it.
Yeah, they had no idea. I went through all them little paper heads. I was like, nah, y'all got to step it on up, man. So they did, and finally got me a real drum set, man. And that started, watching my brother. He created a monster.
So was that in elementary and still middle school that you had the drum set there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I like starting out, I wasn't even at 3, I wasn't even in any school yet. Well, preschool probably, something like that. Yeah, man. I was just playing from that point on, man, all the way through school, like leading up into, it led up into elementary school.
Right.
Playing wise and just learning. Okay. Where I ended up getting a chance to be a part of the crash crew for high school in the 5th grade.
Wow. So
yeah.
It spoke to your talent already, man. That's crazy. Because I always remember a guy I went to school with in middle school, like Darwin Eubanks. He used to have that little black pad. I don't know if you guys had it. You're way younger. So, to practice on. And I always used to look at him like, yo, what? But just practice it on there, just sticks, boom, 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 like that. So, yeah. That was, middle school. So you guys didn't have that, did you?
Oh man, I had the drum pads. Man.
Oh, you did have that too. I'm dating myself. I thought that maybe that was ancient times, man. It's just something that's real old.
Oh no, man. We drum pads still they more sophisticated now, but
right.
They still have drum pads, man. Okay. But I had drum pads and man, all of that stuff coming up, man. Definitely, it was just a way to, kind of practice and it'd be a little quiet,
I got you. It did.
Yeah, my parents used to, my mom, they grew up hearing it all the time, but sometimes they'd come out there like, you ain't ready for a break yet? And I'm out there for hours.
Was in you, man. I'm telling you, man. That's beautiful. So, okay. So now you're in high school. WJ Keenan Raiders. What was Keenan known for during your time there?
Man, just the marching style, man, the showmanship, so I should back up a little bit. So, when I started with Keenan in the 5th grade, I wanted to play a drum. Mr. Lyles was like, bro, you 5th grade? No. It's a lot you got to learn still, So I was part of the crash crew. And then the next year, my 6th grade year, I wanted to play snare. I wanted to move up, and he's like, "You're not quite ready yet." Mm-hmm. You like get your rudiments down. Get your hands sticking and all that stuff like that, man. So all I did was practice. I'm getting a snare when I get to 7th grade. I was like, it don't matter what happens. Yeah, I'm getting a snare, and I did. Right. I practiced, and I ended up on snare 7th, 8th grade, and then comes my high school years when I moved over to quads. Okay. So yeah, that band was just known for, man. Like it shows, man, like everything we did. Mr. Lyles taught us like playing old school stuff, man, everything from Motown to like Porky and Bess, New Orleans stuff, man. We was like, I loved it, man.
Yeah, so Mr. Lyles, he was that guy.
Oh yeah, him and Freddie Grace, man.
It did.
Freddie Grace, man.
So Keenan. So me when I was in school back then, and of course I went to Richmond Northeast, greatest high school ever in life.
Oh, here you go.
And so Keenan, what we remember about Keenan was basketball. And I'm gonna say football. We're gonna say basketball because Keenan was Coach Norris, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Keenan was so great in basketball always, man. Keenan was unbelievable in basketball, and then of course for the band also. And there's a few other things that Keenan was known for, but we ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep
comment.
We're gonna keep it real estate, truth to the game. It's all of this, Lord. Like he didn't rate us anyway.
Tell you, boy, bring it down.
Let me get me in trouble, man. Let me stop.
That's who was blessed, man.
Man. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man is a wild dude, but it's all love. It's all love. So let me say this though. This is real talk though. So as a kid, and me going in school, I always thought that people in the high school band were like nerds and cornballs. And just roll with me for a second here. And so, straight A students, just like those kind of people. That was my perception of what a band person was. And so, but come to find out, talking with my boy Tony Morton, who's in the band, he got a master's degree in music and stuff, Jackson State. And you guys were not only smart, but were having more fun than most of us would have.
Oh yeah.
You guys, so how do you feel about your experience in Keenan's band? Just that camaraderie. What else was going on, man?
Man, I would say we had a little bit of everybody, man. It's like the thing I appreciate about Mr. Lyles and Keenan, man, it wasn't just like smart cats. Mm-hmm. It was the cats that struggled, that didn't have outlets, like knuckleheads in the street, whatever the case is, he would pull them in like, okay, it's a better way, man. Pick up this instrument. Even if you started out in high school, I've seen cats that picked up, Mr. Lyles, made them pick up an instrument in high school. Like, hey man, just try this. That's cool. You out there banging and doing all that stuff. Whatever. Right. Hey, do something else after school. You ain't got to go do that. You can like put your time and attention into something else, man. I'm talking about thugs now. I know, cats, you like he coming?
Right.
All right, So what are you gonna do?
Gotta watch him, man.
Yeah, man. So, it was just an open door, man. And and I can speak on one of those cats, man. That's a band director now. Mm-hmm. Changed that man's life.
Wow.
This man was getting in trouble, getting suspended, all kinds of stuff, man. This man one day came in that band room, bro, and just never left.
Wow. Wow.
So it was, man, we did everything, man. From field trips, just the games, man. And the band, man, it taught you how to be a family. It's a unit of one band, one sound,
right.
Like an injury to one is an injury to all. And that's how we were taught. Mm-hmm. Even when we got in trouble. It was when you heard Freddie Gray say "Lottie Dottie," everybody getting down the push-up position. Nobody excluded. I'm talking about flag girls, dancing, everybody. You doing push-ups, like everybody.
Lottie Dottie, everybody. Oh,
so you know what that meant? Like it's just like so. It was a family, man. It taught you because you had to be together. You had to march in line together. You had, like you depended on this person to carry their part. Mm-hmm. In order for your part to make sense, man. Right. It's just like music, man.
Yeah, that's love. That's the power of music, man. Music is one of the greatest things ever. Thank God for music, man. There's no doubt. No doubt.
Well, I'd be lost, boy. I'm telling you.
So would you credit the music program at Keenan as the foundation that your amazing success has been built on? Absolutely,
man. From starting, man, I played violin in 5th grade from starting. So I started with Freddie Grace early. Mm-hmm. And then when I got to middle school, played violin, trumpet, and drums. Like Freddie McLean, like Al McLean, man, was our band director there, man. Was he like same thing, tough love.
Right.
Like we'll always get on us, like if you messing up, like, and he's coming at you, like it's like parting the Red Sea. Everybody's chairs will just clear out because he coming to get you. Like, it's so different nowadays. You can't touch kids, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But back then, boy, whoo, like, they coming at you. But like all those guys, man, kind of paved the way, man. Like to who I am as a musician, man. They, the way they taught, the way they taught us to listen. I like and just follow simple concepts, man. It made an impact on my life, and I know it made an impact on a lot of others, man. Like a lot of cats that came out of Keenan that that's musicians, man, or just have their hands in anything music wise, you know.
Right.
It was definitely a huge influence.
Indeed, man. Love, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Most definitely. So your college band experience. So what was that like, and why did you decide to bless Johnson C. Smith with your talent and not like State or USC or
Well, funny story.
Well, tell it, man.
So, I actually was supposed to go to South Carolina State.
Okay.
They put a drum aside for me and all. Like, because my brother, like he's like one of the legends there, T. Rob, Tony Robbins. Yeah. Like, so it was always my map that they had set out for me. Like, bro, you're gonna be a bongo brother. Like since I was in middle school and all that stuff like that, you're like, this cat, he coming to state. It don't matter. Like, that's what it is.
Right.
But then I met Duncan Gray, man, who was a lot like Lyles.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like just hard nosed, don't take no crap. It's just like, this is what it is. Like I'm by the books and I'm gonna teach you some stuff, And it ended up that, that was kind of more intriguing to me, when it came to the school. I knew what South Carolina State was, but also, all my friends there, man, I was gonna get in trouble.
I feel you. Okay.
I was gonna get in trouble, bro. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I was like, let me go to Charlotte.
Yeah.
And do this, and I'm glad I did, man. It was the same thing, man. Like playing the old school stuff and a lot of music that you don't know about that he just pulling out. You like, damn.
Right.
Like, what is this, man? Like, and I grew up listening to a lot of stuff, man, but it's just amazing. Like, the more you just grasp from these guys that's been doing it, and know exactly what to play, when to play it, how they put stuff together in a range, man. So that was intriguing, man, and I went there and got on that drum line, man. And from day one, I was like, oh, man, did I make a mistake? These jokers are trying to kill me, man. Like, straight up, bro.
So it was like, so I guess, I'm sorry for cutting you off. So I guess like the movie drum line, how close is that to what you guys were doing? Is it similar?
Bro, that is what you saw.
Yeah.
It's like, I would say 65-70% of what happens.
Really?
Yeah, like it's intense.
Yeah.
It goes down. It goes down, man. I'm talking about from calisthenics, because you got to be in shape. You know what I mean? Like marching long parades, you carrying instruments, horns, drums. Like, bro, it's boot camp basically. Like it's real. Like, so I would say, man, they got to see some of the good stuff out of it, and like it's a lot more entailed though.
Well, let me ask you this. I want to go back to Mr. Lyles for a second. So, Tony Morton, my boy Tony Morton, who played at Northeast, he's in the band also, and so Tony played the trombone. So Tony, I'm going to tell his story. He might get mad. I don't care. I'm going to tell it. So Tony was at Fairfield Central for a moment.
Okay,
and he was the band director. But all the kids, the younger kids, this, I guess it's maybe about 10 years ago now, they wanted to play Busta Rhymes and all the, you know what I'm saying? So I was talking to him and he was just like, he was so hard-nosed because he is a purist. He loves jazz music. He's a purist. And I'd always laugh at him like, Tony, come on, man. I'm like, you got to give the kids a little bit of something. And he just, I think that he was too hard on them like that. Then the parents were just like, yo, man, who do we have in here doing whatever? So I'm saying that to ask you, Mr. Lyles, how much so he brought you guys all of this music to play, how much did he pull from all the different genres of music for you guys to play? Because I mean, playing all the standards as well as allowing you guys to play some of the stuff that you may have wanted to play. Man,
I would say he was great at doing that. He just, he had a way of introducing us to different things. Like, like we're a high stepping band.
Right.
But, we also enter competitions, man, core style. Right. So we learned core style, like how to hold the instruments and different little things, man, like how to be a competitive band and compete in some of these competitions. Right. And like, so it wasn't just all, Master P and, stuff like that. Like the Porky and Best and stuff like that. If you go dig into those Porky and Best albums, that's more of a core style, type playing, that, show stuff.
Right.
And then like we did a mixture of everything. We would do that where we do a little core style piece, but also we have our place, our pieces where we'll play like TLC, Don't Go Chasing Waterfall.
Right.
And like the dance part of our shows, that's where we throw in like all the up to date music stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like so, it was a we had a good blend of balance, everything. You know,
I got you.
And Fairfield, I can understand where the kids coming from. You know, like it's hard being something all this time and then trying to like switch over. So I'm thankful that we had the blend.
Right.
You know,
and I salute Tony that he was trying to let them know that, just like what you just said.
Yeah,
we've got to go to competitions, band competitions, and we're going to have to play this also. We just can't go up there if we want to win something to do with them, because they got a kind of thing that they're looking for, you know. So you got to do that also, man. So I, you know, even though I laughed with him about it, you know, I was just like, you can't be so hard. But I got what he was trying to do. He was trying to bring more culture to them, you know. That is just not this way right here, man. So
you got to implement it. You know, he just got to implement it a different way. You know what I mean? Like it's a way to, like, you know, to get cats, you know, or kids to do what you want them to do.
Right.
You know, it's just introduce it in a fun way, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like versus just like, well, this is what we're gonna do.
Right.
Like, you know, and that's it.
He implemented, they had a coup and a revolt on him. They was like, listen, came with sticks and bats or whatever like that, chased him up out of town. Listen,
oh Lord, that's Fairfield, boy. I had some cousins down there. I know how it is.
They was like, yo, like, Mr. Morton, we think you have to go. And Tony, I love you, man. I'm just, you know, I'm clowning, man. But you know what the real deal is. So, hey, great segment, man. I love that, man. So when I say equanimity, what does that mean to you? Because I believe you were part of that also, weren't you?
Yeah, man. God. Well, you making me dig now, man.
Listen, hey, man, we talking, man. We family. We're talking,
man. And that's another family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
Dave, Sarav, Prick.
Yeah, bro. Man, it was another family, man. You know what I mean? That's the other musical side of me, man. Whether it was singing or, you know, producing.
Right. You
know what I mean? Like that's that part of my life that, you know, I really I dug into a lot, you know. It was a what we felt like was a movement, you know, if you will. God, bro, like so many good cats, man.
So many talented individuals. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. You know, so many good cats from Sarav. Which is you know, NA, you know what I mean? Like, it's just Elbury Gray. We call it, his rap name was NA.
Yeah.
Man, even my cousin, man, Blue producer.
Yeah.
You know, who taught me a lot.
Yeah.
You know, about.
Wait, hold on. You say your cousin Blue?
Oh yeah.
Big Blue?
Yeah, Big Blue.
Man, Blue is your cousin?
Yes, yeah, bro, it's my first cousin.
Listen, let me go ahead and tell you something. Listen, we'll talk. Where is Blue? Man, Blue is definitely one of those guys.
Yeah, bro. Man. So just learning stuff from that cat, man. He in Columbia, man.
Is Blue still here?
Yeah, he in Columbia, man. He be laying low, bro. Like,
oh man, listen, you said that, it was just, you blew it up, yo. Blue was that guy, man. Respect to him, man. No doubt about it. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You hit me. You the bam. Man, man.
Just learning, like, man, learning from that cat, man. You know, my cousin Chico.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it was just, man, it was just deep, bro. Equanimity was the whole thing, man. Like, you know, gotta mean. Man, so many, bro. Like,
so it was even bigger than I thought when we started coming around Jay and you know, coming over to his mom dad's house, man, and just doing things and you know, myself and Blast and SK and stuff, we just come over there, man. Just, you know, Jay just crank it out, man. It was yeah. So you guys, and I just remember the logo that you guys had and everything. It was just all dope to me, man. So you guys definitely had a nice movement, man. So that was love, man. So
yeah, man.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, I missed that joint, man. Like Jay Hizzle, man. Like was people don't even know how far this cat was ahead of his time.
Yes.
producing wise.
Yes.
Like what a lot of stuff that cats are hearing right now. Jay been doing this stuff like what, 90s?
Yes, indeed. 100%.
Like in the 90s. To like early 2000s, bro. Like, you know,
indeed.
Like, oh man, I can go on, man.
No doubt, man. I just wanted to talk about because I knew how much love it was, you know, to come over there and just freestyle on music. And Jay's like, nah, Jay, just play it all, man. Just let it run and let me do what I do, man. And yes, so we did some magnificent stuff, man. So that's love, man. Thank you for that. Definitely. Yes, so when did you know that you truly wanted to be a professional musician? When did you know it, that this is what you want to do?
I would say probably, man, when I really, really started like concentrating on my, you know, on the drum set, on that craft, was about middle school, man.
Okay.
You know, the way I practiced, and like I used to be in that garage just role play, envisioning myself like I'm in front of a stage, like it was like give it up for Jeremy Robinson on the solo, and I'm going making my own little cheers and all. Like, so I mean, then, you know, I mean, I kind of, you know, like I always had that vision of just me playing in front of like big crowds. It didn't matter what I was playing. I just wanted I knew I wanted to do that. And I felt like, you know, I mean, every time I got out there, I felt like I was getting a step closer every time, time. Even when it came to the tough love stuff, man, from my pops, man, making me play records, and I'm just want to play. You know, he like, nah, bro, like play this record, man. Like you out here playing all that other stuff, it's cool.
Right.
But you know, I mean, that's cool. You can do all that, but like play this song because they're gonna call you to play this song.
Right.
And at the time, I didn't really understand it, man, until I got older, and I used to be so angry, like, oh man, I gotta play this record, man.
Right.
You gonna play this, or you gonna get off the drum? And I'm like, all right, man. You know, I play the record, and then I used to wait late at night, everybody sleep, sneak back out there in the garage. And the reason why I know how to play so soft, so I wouldn't wake nobody up while I'm out there practicing at night. I'm waking up 2 o'clock in the morning. And my brother come out there looking out the window like, bro, this dude's crazy. What are you doing?
But that's what it takes, though, man. That's a passion beyond the regulars. You know what I'm saying? That's the Michael Jordan, the Kobe's, the LeBrons, that you're great already, but you know it takes that work, man, to even be better than that because you want to stand out, man, and you did that. And look how it manifested itself, man. That's just real, man. Listen, another great thing to know. Because it takes work more than people understand. You have to put that work in, man, because there's a million other people doing it. But what's going to make you that guy? And now, look where you are and what you're doing, man. So it's love, man. You are that guy. Yes, indeed. So what were you doing before you got your first big break? And what was that first big break? So before you say that, so let me say crossfade. Weaving the Fate. Yep. Tony Terry, I've done my research. Wyclef Gordon. So where are they in the timeline of performing?
Ooh, man. I would say upon finishing at Smith, coming back to Columbia, man, I got to give this guy's props because he's the one who just escalated my career.
Yes.
Old cat is not with us anymore, man. The ambassador of jazz, Skip Peters.
Okay. Skip Pearson.
Well, upon moving back, man, just going out, sitting in, man, you know, just trying to get anywhere on the scene in Columbia after moving back from Charlotte. And this guy saw something in me from the time I met him.
Right.
You know, while I'm going out, sitting in at his little thing he used to do at Hunter Gather, where he have like jazz jams, cats can come in, sit in, play.
Got you.
You know, I mean, like I knew jazz. You know, I knew a good bit of jazz growing up and listening to all the records my dad had. But like actually getting the full understanding and like where my place was in it was all due to Skip Pearson. That cat, he took me on his wing when really I wasn't getting no traction nowhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this cat, he came to my house and like talked to my dad. He's like, hey man, I want to take your son. He got potential. Like I want him to play gigs with me. You know what I mean? And like, and from that moment on, you know, it was some hard lessons now.
Right.
But,
a true mentor.
Yeah, but you know, I would say that opened the gate to a lot of different things, man. From him just shutting me down in the middle of a show, like hard lessons. Like
really,
I'm playing and I'm feeling good.
Yeah,
you know, he's up there playing the saxophone, whatever the case is, and I knew this little break was coming up, and I'm like, and I'm sitting around looking around like I just killed that. He turns around, looks at me with this death stare, and just turn around and finishes out the song. And I was like, oh, he thought that was cool too, you know? After the song was over, he came up to me. He's like, that's the best thing, you'll never play again. I say, what?
Holy catastrophe, yo. That's real. That's real. That's like, hilarious.
I was like, hold on, say that again. Like, what's the man, you know, and then from that point, man, I stayed straight the entire way.
Right.
Until he told me to do something, I was like, nope. But you know, I appreciate lessons like that, man. It was many more that I keep going on about this cat, man. But that I would say that was my first one where he started putting me in front of people.
Got you.
After that, man, it was Villanova.
Villanova. Yeah.
Villanova. Yeah. Villanova, man, they actually saw me playing with Skip.
Gotcha.
When BC came in and Bobby Dredd, they heard about me from somebody, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they came to check me out, man, one night. And we just ended up chopping it up. And 2 weekends later, I didn't know any of their music, any of that, man. It was like, man, you know, we got a show, you know what I mean? We're looking for a drummer, you come play with us or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, man, you know, got anything I can listen to? He was like, nah, not really, man. We don't have an album or anything like that. You know, we kind of play. I got some originals, you know, I can like come to you or something like that before we play.
Yeah.
And bro, it was just like glue. Like that first gig, like all of us were shocked. Like it was like, wow, that just happened.
You just vibe together that well.
Yeah, and that started kind of Villanova, man. You know, shortly after that, it was like, man, you think you want to join the band?
Right.
And I was like, man, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, rock is a different feel for me, you know, like, but I'm all about it. But, you know, Villanova it had that mixture though. We was a little bit of everything, man.
Villanova had a movement here for a minute, man. It was real. Man. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. It was good times, man. I'm telling you.
I got you. Well, so now I want to move into John Blackwell.
Yeah.
And may he rest in peace. So accomplished in the music industry. So how did he inspire a young Jay Finney as a drummer?
Man, you know, another thing I appreciate about Keenan, man, like you get older cats, you know what I mean? We call them old heads. They come back and they share. Right. You know what I mean? They share the knowledge, man. You know, and growing up with Tony, you know, my brother and Blackwell, you know, being boys.
Right.
Growing up, man, you know what I mean? I got to grow up watching these cats, man, on the drum line or whatever the case is. And being able to go over there and go over Blackwell house, man, and like, you know, man, get insight and just shared with them. And also he was another record guy, put a record on, like play the record. I was like, you too. So, you know, I couldn't escape that, man. You know?
Yeah.
But man, he influenced, man, a lot in my life, man. You know what I mean? Like at a very, very young age, man, just like I said, growing up and learning from him and what what to do and what not to do, learning more what not to do. Because I was a knucklehead. I was like, I want to do my own thing. I was like, I want to be me, man.
Right.
He's like, your time coming. But first, you got it. What makes you you? He's like, all these other drummers, like, you know what I mean, will make up who you are. That's your makeup, you know?
Right.
And he's the one that put me, I knew a lot of drummers already, but like, he's the one that really, really put me on the cats that I didn't know about. Man, that's a long list. But
teach one, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, so, like, you know, that he was very inspirational, man. But like between him and my brother, man, you know, my brother being like more on the gospel side of things. So learning a lot from that, and then, you know, Blackwell just kind of being world renowned, like on just music, period.
Right.
Man, I got some schooling, man. These cats, you know, they brought me up right. You know?
And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, John Blackwell, so accomplished. When I say that, I'm not just messing around. He's played with, not everybody, but he's played with everybody that's big in the industry. And of course, he played with the greatest entertainer of all time. And I was just talking with Michael Gabriel about it also. Mr. Prince Rogers Nelson. And ladies and gentlemen, I say it all the time, he's a Nelson, just like the Lord Nelson. So we're talking great. Let's keep it real. Stop playing with it. Just an amazing thing. So I wanted to segue into this right here. So John Blackwell, who played for Prince. And when I heard you had that gig with Prince, I was proud like a cool uncle, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, I know him, man. It just spoke, you know, to your talent and you know, that light that was beaming on you at the time. So what was the Prince experience like, if you don't mind talking about it?
Well, man, it wasn't even my experience, man. What I gathered from that was going out and learn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't that was Black gig, man. I got to be a pupil, I would say. You know, I had my own gigs, you know what I mean? Like being in the presence, man, and watching them work was what I got from that. You know what I mean? It wasn't the plan. It was just the you know, the part of me that got to watch. I got to watch greatness, man. You know what I mean? Like it right in my face. You know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, Black get out, hop off stage and grab, you know, toss me sticks. And I'm like, man, you know, I'm just sitting there like looking at this thing. Just being blown away, man. So it was more of my separate voyage versus like, you know what I mean? Like, and that was John thing, dude. Like, I just got to go. I got to go see it.
So so he took you on tour with them. I thought that you filled in for him for a moment.
No, man. That was just my learning. My playing. I played, but I wasn't playing with them. You know what I mean? Like I was out on my own journey, bro. You know what I mean? Like I was in Minneapolis playing, you know what I mean? Like playing different stuff, man. Like but it like I appreciate, you know, like I mean, just being able to learn.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I gathered from that, man. You know how every stories get changed and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But either way, you know what I mean, which, you know, that was my learning experience, gotcha. Man. You know what I mean? Like learning again.
You were there seeing it.
To do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That was my whole thing, man, when it came to that, you know.
Well, that's part of your story, man. That Prince and John, that's part of your story, man. And like when I was talking to Michael Gabriel, his dad became Prince's manager, and his mom worked with Sheila E. also. So I asked him, I was just like, "Hey, man, so what was it like being at Paisley Park and stuff?" He's like, "I didn't know anything." He said, "I was looking for the candy machine." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "I didn't know what was going on until I got older and said, like, this is not norm." I said, "Yeah, that was your norm. You didn't even know what was going on like that." And then he's like, "Yeah, when I got older, I was just like, wow."
Well, you know, cats don't even know how, you know what I mean? Like, you know, me and one of my old touring managers, man, we talked about it a good bit, man. His name is David Norman. He tour managed for the list is ridiculous. Just how, you know, like Prince was, man. He was just a different dude.
Yes.
You know, and if you were just lucky to be one of the rainbow children, I would call it, you know what I mean? Like your life was different.
Right.
You know what I mean? The way I saw and approached music from that point on, was just different, man.
Wow, man.
You know, the way I hear it, how he put stuff together.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause he played that stuff. It wasn't no like, you know, like us today, you know, we
right.
Got, you know, we got all the no.
Yeah.
This cat played it.
Yes.
Every instrument. And really well.
Yes.
So like learning like how he put parts together. It might not make sense to you then.
Right.
But when it came around, and you know what I mean, when it's a full song, you like this dude,
right? Amazing, yeah. It's because Michael Gabriel, he was talking about, he was speaking about how he learned that because on his album Genesis, he played every instrument, he did everything just like Prince did, and so he was saying like, yeah, that's where he got that stuff from. That's where he got that, you know, inspiration to do those kind of things. And I was just like, man, it's amazing, man. Yeah, Prince was definitely on another level. One of the, I think the greatest. This just to me, I love my, I grew up truly listening to Prince, man. And just like I tell everybody, yes, the big guy cried when he left us. And I watched for 24 hours straight. I watched everything on television about Prince, man. So anyway, man,
that was a big blow, man, to music and to the music world, period, man. You know, not just cats that, that got to be in front of his presence, man. You know what I mean? Like just the world, bro.
Yes, indeed.
You know,
unbelievable. Yes, indeed. Okay, so now we're gonna move to the present right now, my brother, Mr. Chase Rice. So you are truly doing amazing things with Chase, and he highlights you in the show, so you can show your drumming skills beyond the normal playing, man. So how did you become Chase Rice's drummer, man? And let me just say, country superstar. Now, listen, let me tell you guys something. This young man right here can play it all. I don't care what genre it is. That's how talented he is. He's a drummer, ladies and gentlemen. He's a musician. Got to big him up again. Now proceed. I'm sorry for cutting you off, young man.
No, man. Well, man, it started with, like Villanova was kind of dying down. You know what I mean? I did Crossfades last tour with them. They wasn't gonna be touring anymore, man. Like so, you know what I mean? Rock was kind of just fading. Yeah, if you will. In the touring world, especially in South Carolina, I would say.
Right. Okay.
And I mean, I was looking for another avenue. I was like, man, I got to do something. You know what I mean? Like I was an optician. I had a regular job working as an optician. At Sainsbury Eye Center. Right. And I loved it, man. One of my best buddies was a keyboardist. And his family owned it. Just talking about music every day, even though I'm working at the Eye Center with him, man.
I feel you. Yes, sir.
I felt myself dying slowly, man. And the only outlet I had when I started playing with this cat named Mike Frost, I would drive to Augusta every Thursday, and play a little bit of jazz. That's what I had left,
Right.
And yeah, man, I was just dying, man. I wasn't playing a lot, and I just felt like I was, just stuck, and I didn't know. I mean, it felt like it wasn't many opportunities. Wasn't nothing really happening.
Right.
And, so I was like, man, I got to make a move. I got to get out of here to where I think something is going down. And my first vision was L.A. I had my sights on L.A.
Okay.
And you know, I mean, I was just doing research, looking around, whatever case is. One of my best friends, LB. And at the meantime, we ain't got much money. Both of us scraping money together, like just to buy, on a Friday night, just to like, you know what, man, we're gonna try to buy like a little cheap bottle of potato vodka. That's how bad it was. So man, yeah, man. Like, so I started, you know, I had my sights set on LA, man, doing the research or whatever the case is. And then I had a buddy I was talking to one day, John Satterfield. He reached out and was like, man, why don't you come check out Nashville, dude? It's only 6 hours away.
Right.
And he's like, it ain't what you think. And I was like, bro, I was like, country, man. I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, then I thought about it. I was like, well, I always said I want to be known for a person that's versatile and can play anything.
Yes, indeed.
And I was like, oh, well, I'll go see. He invited me to come hang out for a weekend. So I drove up, played with him one show, and bro, just the response.
Right.
Like cats coming up like, man, you live here? Hey, bro, what you doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute.
Nashville scene. Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. And I started kind of roaming around. He took me downtown. I was like, man, cats, they playing everything. They not playing just country music.
That's right.
And I was like, I don't know. I ended up staying the full week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And playing gigs and making money. And when I went back home, that whole drive home, man, I thought about it. And I was like, LA, Nashville, what makes more sense? I can be closer to my family.
Yes, sir.
It'll be 6 hour drive. And when I pulled up in that yard, I set a date and I never looked back.
Wow.
I set a date for January 14th. And I was like, no matter whatever I got, I'm going.
Yes. And
that's what I did, man. January 14th came around. I was so broke. I had enough money. 4 new tires.
Right.
4 new used tires, I might add. I had enough money to rent a trailer, a little U-Haul, my little 4Runner could pull it.
Yeah.
And I loaded that thing up with much as I can get in there, man. And people don't even know this about me, man. I don't even share this much. When I got there, man, you know, I didn't even say that, man. Cats don't even know I was at a gas station for 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 days, 3 whole man. And the ladies there, I got to know them, and they were so cool, man. They let me take showers.
Yeah.
And this is the gas station I stop by every time I go home. Every time I travel back to Columbia, I stop at this pilot.
Got you.
Exit 86. I know the exit. On 40. Going east.
It's branded in your mind. You'll never forget this. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Wow.
But yeah, man, so that sparked the change for me, man. You know, I wanted to come see what it was all about. And when I got to Nashville, I did not expect things to move as fast as they did.
Right.
Because people, you know, they say when you get here, man, just settle in, man. You know, it'll be about a year or two before you actually see a big gig. And and I'm like, I ain't got that kind of time.
Right.
So
right.
When I got in town and, you know, kind of got settled when one of my boys let me live with him, man, I just stayed. I was going network, just trying to find out what's what, sitting in, doing what I can. One particular night I was out, leaving the spot, sitting in, and my same buddy that called me to come to Nashville called me, was like, man, come hang out at this little bar.
Right.
And I was like, all right, man, I'm really tired. I kind of want to go home. And I was like, I'll just go out there and just have a beer with him, man. You know, because I do go to him because I am here.
Right.
So I went out there and had a beer with him, man, and ended up meeting a lot of cat. Well, this is a cat named Jesse Rice. No relation to Chase at all.
Okay.
But Chase was one of his buddies. And ended up talking about music, man. We stayed at that bar. We shut the bar down, just talking about music, having drinks, man. You know, man, like sharing information, man. And he thought I was really cool dude, man. He was like, dude, man, let me get all your info, man. I want to look you up on YouTube and all this stuff, man. He's like, I might have a buddy that's looking for a drummer. Hey, I was like, yeah, okay, man. Cool. I heard this already. I've been hearing this since I've been, whatever. But sure enough, bro, he went home and like looked me up. Right. And that next morning, called me. It was like, dude, who are you? That was his words. He's like, who are you, bro? He was like, man, I passed your information on to my buddy. His name is Chase. Look out for a call from him. Yeah. And I was like, all right, man, okay. And sure enough, man, probably about 15, 20 minutes later, got a call. Wow. Like, man, my buddy said, I need to look at you, like I'm kind of done, with auditions, looking for a drummer, or whatever the case is, but I'm gonna send you these 2 songs. I want you to like learn them. You can record them on your phone, however you do it, what I mean? Like, and you just get them back to me today. And this was about 9 something in the morning. Yeah. So I called one of my buddies, like, hey man, just let me use your drum spot for a few hours. Right. He did listen to those songs all the way over there. I would say by 12:30, a little afternoon, man, I had those songs back in Chase's hands. Awesome, man. And here I am, producer. The rest is history, yeah, man. He sent them to his producer. The producer's like, hire that guy. Wow. Just a blessing. Man, listen, see what you just said, man, are the stories that you hear them and you see them, on all these behind the music and all those things like that. But that's the reality of what life is, man. And you set yourself up to win. Yeah. All that other stuff that you did was setting yourself up for that moment, and you were prepared for the moment. Yes, you were prepared, and a lot of us aren't prepared for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because the door, listen, opportunity knocks, as they say. You were ready to open the door. Oh yeah. A lot of people aren't ready to open that door, man. So, man, listen, I applaud you on that, man. That's a great story, man. Because that's how things can happen and do happen, man. Oh yeah, that's real. That's real. Thank you for that, man. So, is there a different style you have to play for a modern country act compared to other genres of music? Man, I wouldn't say necessarily a different style. Even though country is its own thing. Yes. It's and I would suggest, if you're a young drummer trying to come and play country music, whatever cases, do your research. Like at least get some of the history of the drummers and how they play. Gotcha. I wanted some of that, but he also hired me for me. Right. So I wanted to implement. I had to figure out how to be me within country music. Got you. Without being overbearing and way left to where cats like, hey, what is this dude doing? Right, man? Right. I wanted to be just enough where it's like, okay, I got my own sound. Right. But but I am playing country music, I got you. And it was changing then some as well. It wasn't standard country music. They called it bro country. Bro country, if you will. Yeah. I just say modern country. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Well, let me say this because it goes right into this. So it seems to me that modern country or bro country is right in line with the hottest mainstream music, and has pulled new fans who may have never given it a chance to wow them. So
do you see this as you tour the different kind of fans that are coming in, because the music it's not like, you know, Conway Twitty and Hank Williams Jr. and stuff like that, and all respect to those guys, you know, back then. You know, I know I'm old, you know, Alabama, Charlie Pride, I keep going on, you know.
I know all of them, bro.
I know them all. I love all music. You know, people say they don't like country music. I like country music too. But anyway, do you see the fan support or the people there? Has it changed as you look out into the crowd?
Man, yeah, man. You see like country music fans, I will say this, loyal.
Yes.
Then a mug, bro. I promise you. They loyal. Right. You know what I mean? Like they give things a chance, even though it's not really their cup of tea. Yeah, they're used to the old stuff, man. You know what I mean? But music evolves. Right. Indeed. You know, it evolves so much. Like you see, yeah, those younger fans, you want to reach a broader audience. So you are seeing the younger fans as well as the older fans. They're coming out, man. You know what I mean? Because there's a mixture of old and new. You know, the sound is right. And even now with it, you start to hear a lot more trap hats in country. You know, you starting to see a whole different breed of fans, man. You start to see a little bit more us. Yes. You know, showing up. Right. But and cats, you know, they ask me all the time, man, how you just play country music? And I was like, dude, we've been doing this.
Of course. I don't think people understand that, man.
Like, we've been doing this,
music is universal, man.
Yeah. Come on. Well, you name one of the names. Charlie Pride.
Yes, indeed.
Light, he was a wooden Indian standing by the door. He fell in love with the Indian maid or an antique store. Her lights
we've been doing this.
That's right.
But
that's
you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are ignorant to music knowledge, man. You know what I mean? They don't do their research. That's why I say if you especially a black drummer, if you come to Nashville, you know what I mean? Like, do a little bit of research, man. Learn, you know what you're coming for, first of all.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's everything here, man. You can find your niche. You know what I mean? Like, you can really dig into this whole scene, man. It's beautiful, man. I love it.
There's no doubt, man. Listen, once again, great answer. I appreciate you being thorough with that also, because definitely I don't think a lot of people understand, you know, that music. No, listen, I always say if it's hot, it's hot. I don't care what genre it is. If the music hot, it's hot. And right now you playing with one of the hottest guys out there doing work, and you know, your contribution to what's up. He knew what was up when he saw you. He knew what was up when he heard you. So did his, you know, the other rights, you know, the first rights. You know, so he knew what was going on, man. And once again, man, I applaud you and I salute you, man, for just being ready to handle your business. So what is the most enjoyable part of touring for you and the least favorite part?
Shoot. I would say, man, the playing is the most enjoyable part. And just being able to share how you feel to an audience, man, all over the world. You know what I mean? I think that's the beauty of it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they get all my emotions. You know, like, and the way I play, I might play a solo or anything, you can I kind of try to relate how I'm feeling, where I'm a little upset, you know, mad about something, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, you know, that's how I, you know, try to display my playing, where you can get something from it. Because, you know, you worked all day, you coming out to a show, you might have a chip on your shoulder, man. My job is to let you, like, take that, like, get that off you, man.
That's right. Just for a little while.
Enjoy this. Relax while you're here. This is an experience for you to like, leave the worries, all that stuff out there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm shedding mine while you letting yours go. Right. You know, man, we're releasing all this stuff together.
Awesome. Indeed.
And it's a beautiful energy, man. When you do that, I think that the camaraderie, you know, I mean, Chase wanted to build a family thing on the road, man. Yes. I think that's what we have with my brothers out here, you know, brothers and sister that we have on the road, man. We build a family, man. We're with each other more than like half the time more than we with our own families.
Right, right.
So I think that's another thing, man. And being able to go to places I haven't been, man, like places I haven't seen. You know, I've been to 49 of the 50 states.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Only place I haven't been is Alaska, you know.
Wow.
Going to UK, Japan, Korea. Yeah, I mean, like all that stuff. Jamaica, man. I got the chance to go see places and do different things that, you know, and share my music and learn from what they're doing over there.
Yes.
And their cultures, man.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That's the best part. Now the parts I hate. Sometimes the road get long, man.
The road, man. That's it, man. The road. That road
get rough sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Just as much love I got for all my dudes out there. Yeah. We are brothers. And we got family. And family fight. I'm telling you, boy, the year gets so long, we start getting on each other's nerves. Like, man, dude, just shut up. I don't say that. But we can do that with each other, you know, and be okay 5 minutes later. Like, you know, but yeah, man, I think that's the hardest part, man, being away from your immediate family, you know what I mean?
Got you.
Missing some of those things that, you know, you might miss a teachers conference or a soccer game or football, you know what I mean? Like we all, you know, making sacrifices, man. So those are the things that hurt, or, you know, I didn't make it to a cousin's funeral.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm way over here across the water.
Yes.
You know, like, so it's just like those things, man. You definitely have to give up something. And that's the part that's tough.
I feel you, man. I want to go back. It was when you talk about you in the crowd, man, it's just a beautiful exchange of energy with the people who are watching you, man. And that's a beautiful thing. But now I want to get to where you spoke about missing things, because I know being out there with Stuck Mojo, I miss my sons. I was in Vienna. We were in Vienna.
Yep.
And I missed my son's first college basketball game. Man, you want to talk about something that hurt me bad? Because I wanted to be there, but here I am enjoying. You know, my wife was like, how many more shows do you have? I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 more shows. She was like, handle those shows. He got, you know how many more games that he has or whatever like that. And I thank her for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it hit me hard. I was just like, man, I'm missing my son's, you know, his college basketball game, you know, going to something else. So anyway, I get you on that. Now I want to go to what you just said about being on the road. So I remember we were in Denmark at this, and I can't remember the band's name. They're a pretty big metal band, but we were talking about how long is it before you start thinking about being in your own bed when you out there on the road? Because they were like 2 weeks in, they were just like, man, they're missing home, man. They want to be back in that bed. And I was just like, that's real talk. Because being on that tour bus, and it's all love, and then it's just
sir.
Oh my goodness, man.
Hey boy, man, you like when you going through your downtime, like now, we're anxious.
Right.
Like we're anxious, like, all right, man, we're ready to get back. Like, I'm ready to play, man. I'm ready to go. You know, and then when you get out there, man, like it's just like weekend after weekend, man. You know, it gets long, man. You know, like the thing I do love about country music is we go out, and then most Sundays we're coming back home. We leave out Wednesday, play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, back home Sundays.
Right.
So that helped. But yeah, man, you still sacrifice the stuff, man. You are giving up some stuff, man. You know, when you go across the way, you got to be out west.
Yes.
And you know, just coming back home.
Right.
Sometimes you're out there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah. You know, it depends on the run. It could be a month.
Yeah.
You know, and how much stuff you miss in between that time.
Yeah, no doubt. You know? And being as popular as Chase Rice is, as you guys are right now, I mean, it's a great thing, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's a great thing to have those gigs and stuff like that. A lot of people don't have them, man, but you guys are out there doing your thing, man. I'm telling you, it's love, man. So far out of all your shows, and I'm talking from being a local star to now being a global star, Can you recall one or two unforgettable performances that made you say like, wow, this is crazy?
Man, I would say starting from back then, I would say that skip moment I told you, that had a shock factor. But man, you know, I would say the first St. Pat's we did with Villanova.
Okay.
When we did that, the big stage, the first Bud Light stage, the support,
yes,
and fans that we did not know we had out there,
right?
Bro, I haven't seen that many people in my life, you know, unless I was in the crowd,
right?
You know, being on stage and you witness something like that,
yes,
like mouth wide open.
Yeah.
Hands shaking before you playing, like nervous, like, oh man, like this everybody. You know, I got family out here, cousins, all our friends.
Pressure's on.
And we can't mess up, man. Like,
right.
But like that, man, like just how Columbia showed out, man, like for a lot of those things, man, you know, showed out and showed up, bro. Like wow moments.
Yeah.
Me being able to play with you know, the caliber of musicians like Crossfade, you know, wow moment, like Pittsburgh Stadium, opening up for Kenny Chesney, man.
My
you know,
goodness, man.
Wow moment, and they actually brought a helmet out and put it on my head that they got from Pittsburgh.
Really?
Oh man, I got the helmet back there behind me, man. I'm telling you,
man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great.
Like stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like just wow moments, man. Just being able to play with some of the caliber musicians that I've had the state, you know, pleasure of gracing the stage with, man. It's like all wow moments. Even now, you know what I mean? Even smaller places, bro, I still get like looking at cats like this dude is just like, why am I up here?
Yeah. My guy. Jeremy, you blessed, man, you know, and those are the things that you embrace it. I've always, you know, just taken and been thankful, you know, for my opportunities that I've had, you know, just like now me doing a podcast, me doing, you know, with Plastic Catastrophe with Lord Nelson that I'm doing now. I'm honored to have those kind of musicians that I get to play with and vibe with and that respect me for what I do. It's just an amazing thing, man, and I'm so enjoyable. And I'm thankful to Stuck Mojo. I'm thankful to Bones and Rich and Sean and Mike Barton and LSU and Frank, everybody, Corey Lowry, all these people that I've met through the years because of that Stuck Mojo, of that taking me, you know, to Europe, to Russia, to listen, man, I'm so humbled about it. People just don't know, man, and just to have, you know, and you know, to have fans all around the world is unbelievable. For people to say like, you changed my life or you did. Man, when people do that, I'm just like, wow. You know, all the time I don't take it, you know, I don't take all that well, man, because I'm super humble guy. Now, you and I might be talking noise, you know, we at the bar somewhere, or we at the house, and it's like, yo, man, I'm the greatest you ever seen in your life, man. It's me.
Yeah.
But when other people say that to me, I can just, you know, I kind of just get back.
It's humbling, man. You know, like I get a lot of people, man, like still, you know, that hit me up on Messenger, man. It's like, you know, like, dude, bro, like, you changed my, like, watching you play, man. It made me really want to dig in. And, you know, I'm always, I'm an open book, man, when it comes to people like that. You know what I mean? People, you know, I know some people get aggravated with the amount of messages that come through. But if it's like, not like this a insane person or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I try to answer them.
I do the same
people
thing.
Ask for help. Like, how do I do this? Or man, how do you do this, man? You know, you mind, you know, chatting it up with me, man, about your experience, stuff like, man, I'm open, bro. Like I make time for that, man.
Yes, indeed.
You know, because somebody did it for me. You know.
That just speaks to, once again, is I say it a lot, my man Relentless and my man John Winters, who's he's taking for Black Veil Brides right now. Great guitarist, unbelievable guy. And they say this, you just want people to be good human beings.
Yep.
And that's what we need more of. You know, the older I get, man, the less I think I like certain people, man. Not certain people, just people. Because the things that people do, man, you know, just evil, man. Just like, man, what are we doing? Can't we just have some love, man? Can we spread love, share some love, man? What's the deal, man? So, you know, just being a good human being, man, and that's what you're doing. You are handling yourself in a proper manner, and you're paying it forward. You're giving back in the way that you can. And that's a lovely thing, man. So, you know, I salute you and I applaud you on that, man. So my guy, man. Jay FINNY is that guy, man. So you're a father now, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
How hard has it been to be away from your princess, right?
Bro. You understand, man. Like, well, I started back over. You know, my son is 21 now.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Look at you. Hey, man, listen, under the radar. That man's doing, listen, I didn't know that.
Woo,
hey, well, salute to your son, 21. Yeah, what's up, man? Kid?
So I felt you when you said that that first basketball game. I was like, oh, Lord. I tell you, yeah, man. He's start point guard at Montreat in North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But man, now you know starting over. I don't know why I waited. Start over, man. Good God. But man, it's hard, man. It's hard. You know, my son, man. You know, we rough on boys.
Yes, sir.
And this little girl, man. Right, like so I'd be about to melt. Like I'd be calling on the phone, FaceTime, I'd be about to cry, man.
Yes, indeed. It's real. I feel you on that one, man.
She be getting me, man, every time. Man. Like, I mean, that part is hard, man. Like last year, we didn't, you know, it was kind of ramping back up, slowly getting back into touring mode after COVID and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So we didn't do a whole lot, man. So her whole first year, you know, she's one now. I was like, so her whole first year, I got to kind of be there and be, you know, be an influence, you know, in her life, man. Like, you know, I appreciate that.
Right.
This year right here, though, it's gonna be a little tough.
I got you.
Man, it's man, it ain't easy, bro.
Yeah.
It's just not easy, you know. But I don't care who you are. It ain't easy.
Yeah, my daughters are grown, man, and they get me still. You know, just like you said, my son. Now look, I'm 6'5". He right there a little bit taller than me, right? And it's just like we get around each other, and it's just like that's my guy, that's my dude. You know, he was home for a minute, for a couple of days, and then you know he's back in Atlanta now. But man, when they come, and because it's just my wife and I now. You know, we got a grandson too, but it's just my wife and I now, and it's like it's us. You know, we've raised our children. I mean, we've raised them, and now just to see them do what they do. But I'm getting at this right here. My daughters, man, they are my princesses, man. And listen, I don't care how old they get, they touch me differently. That you know, my son touches me a certain way because that's my boy, that's my guy, man. But my daughters, man, I love them. Man, I love my beautiful princesses so much, man. It's just crazy.
It hit different, boy. I'm telling you, it hit different, boy.
Yeah, my babies, man. No doubt,
understand, man. It's like, boy, I hop in anything. The first thing smoking if I got to get home. Like, trust me. Promise you, bro.
Oh, that's love, man. I salute you, man. Being a great father, you're handling your business. I love it, man. So we getting close to the end, man. This has been a great conversation, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Everyone that I've had, man, I'm enjoying this. And I like to let the world know that what I'm doing is not fast food. What this is a good meal, man, when I'm talking to these great individuals like yourself, man, and I just want something to nourish them mentally, and so that they really get to know kind of who you are and what you bring to the culture and to the scene and to just music in general, man. So I thank you for, you know, once again, you know, taking some of your busy time to spend it with me, man. I'm very thankful for it, man. You're my brother for life, man. It's love. So what was the last song you listened to?
Today?
The last one.
Well, I'm the music director for Chase. So I'm actually in here going over tunes, man, like getting ready for rehearsals. The last one, I would say that I'm listening to. I got my notes right here. It's a song called Bench Seat that he just released, and he just released a video
Awesome.
To it. Working on that, man. And a little bit about that song. It's so powerful. The way it's written, and what it's about. Okay. About the struggle of mental health and
big right now, yes.
And like addiction. It's and a dog, having a dog and a buddy or something like that, that you went through it with.
Right.
Like, man, that song's so deep, man. If you hadn't heard it, go listen to Bench Seat by Chase Rice.
Bench Seat
and
by
look
Chase
at the
Rice.
video. Yeah.
What?
And look at the video. I'm getting messages every day, like this song, like people pulling over on the side of the road crying.
Awesome.
Like,
awesome.
or it's so relatable. Like they just went through it with their kids, their son, daughter, or they went through it personally. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of that, man. So yeah, that was the last one that I just listened to, like right before I called you.
Yeah. I love to ask that question, man, because it always seems to catch people a little off guard. Like, what was the last song I just listened to? Because being musicians, we listen to music, but a lot of times we're listening to our music. We're not out and about listening to our music. So that's love, man. So thank you for that, man. But
man.
Bench Seat by Chase Rice.
Yeah. I don't really listen to, what I mean? Like I try to spread mine out, man. If you have to ever see my catalog, my collection of just like my daily listen, man, so it's way. Hey,
listen, we are in the same world. As I tell everybody, my kids used to be like, okay, he's playing classical music. Okay, he's playing country music. Okay, he's playing rock music. Okay, he's playing hip hop music. Okay, he's playing reggae music. This guy is bugging, man. He's playing old music. But that's me. I listen to everything. And my term is I tell everybody, no genre snobbing. No genre snobbing. I don't live like that, man. So every time I hear another individual, another musician say what they say, man, I love it because that's the way it's supposed to be, man.
Absolutely.
To me, that's the way I see it. Now, last question. This is the last question. This is a very important question.
Gotcha.
I've kept you long enough, but I can't believe that the time has just zoomed by. And I
wasn't even paying attention to it.
I could talk to you 2-3 more hours to be honest with you, but it's all love. So, what can we as Steeler fans look forward to next season?
Man, that's the best question you asked. Well, since we're going there, man, you know what? I think we're gonna have a pretty good season. I really like Kenny Pickett. I love our receiving core. We could do a little work. Deontay be dropping some balls sometimes. He shouldn't drop.
Right.
But man, I think if we work on our offensive line, like the little stuff that we need, man, bro. Pittsburgh ain't be stopped, man.
The last part. The last part of this year, man, they handle business. Yeah.
I'm sorry. And if we wouldn't have had the injuries we got, like especially from TJ Watt and a lot of other cats, man, at the beginning of the season, I mean, our defense would have hung in there. We would have been a lot closer in some of these games. We wouldn't have lost a lot of those games that we shouldn't have lost.
Right.
I applaud Tomlin, and for sticking to his guns and being the coach he is.
Because he was catching
we all wanted, like, man, what we doing with Mr. Trubisky, man? Like
right, indeed.
We all question it, but I understand the process. If people really listen to Tomlin, he's telling y'all it's a process, man. Right. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
He know what he got.
It's the NFL, man.
Yeah, we could have put Kenny out there, man. We could have threw him out there.
Yeah.
Earlier, whatever case is, but no, it wasn't the time.
Right. Look into the future.
We got a quarterback that's he's a vet now at this point.
Yeah.
He's been to a few teams. We had to give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like maybe Kenny can get something from him, or at the worst, get what not to do.
Right.
What's the worst can happen?
Yeah.
Struggled, offense struggled, moving the ball. Kenny came in. It's a whole new day.
Indeed.
Yeah, Tomlin still never had a losing season.
Still never. That's right. Right. Love it. Because there were some questions, man. People were on him hard. It's like, yo.
Like the man said, like, man, it's a process, man. Like trust the process.
Trust the process, man.
Yeah,
that's real.
You got a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, indeed.
What you want him to do?
Yeah, listen, I'm a Steeler fan. I always say it's my NPO, my non-professional opinion, but I've got an opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? That's my NPO.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's a real deal. Love the Steelers, man. Love the Steelers. All right, man. So please give my watchers and listeners your social media, information and contact if they can get in touch with you.
Oh yeah. So Facebook is just Jeremy L. Roberson. I'm J. FINNY Rob on pretty much everything. Snapchat, TikTok.
He's Instagram. Out there, ladies and gentlemen. He's out there.
Yeah. Instagram. Yeah, you can find me on the gram mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, J. FINNY Rob at J. FINNY Rob is my handle. And yeah, man, reach out, man. If y'all got any questions, messages, whatever, you know what I mean? Like I talk to people. Like, sometimes I don't shut up. So
hey, no, it's good. Yeah, like my man Eric Sanders, man, such a great drummer, man. My guy, he puts something out every. In fact, I have to look. He'll have something out today where he puts a drum. He went to Penn State, and he's just so talented, man. He's played on a lot of Stuck Mojo stuff or whatever like that. It's my guy. And Frank Fonseray, and I can start going. Jason Moore. Oh, there's so many people. And Rodney Bobo, Jan from Volbeat, Mike Froze. Man, listen. I Nails, Chicago, Jack Coleman. I know I'm messing about it. They're gonna be like Adam from here, Sheely. Anyway, it's a lot of people, man, doing a lot of great things and playing those drums, man. But you are definitely a top tier dude, man, and I appreciate your time, man. So, would you like to spread some verbal love to any of your people, family members, or anything like that? Go ahead and get it off, man.
Yeah, man. First of all, shout out to Pops, who holds it down at the crib, man. Right, indeed. My bro, sis, Allison, Tony, all my homies, my drummer friends, man. They that's a long list, so I'm not even gonna call them. South Carolina, Nashville, LA, around the world. My boy N.A. El Barry Gray. That's my ride or die, man. That dude that been through the trenches with me. Man. And my boy JT McLaughlin, man. Sarab, man.
Sarab.
He just lost his mom.
Yes.
Man. Shout out to that dude, man. If you're listening, bro, like hold your head up, man. I know the feeling. I just lost mom 2 years. So
yes.
We here if you need to talk. Man, just all my Columbia, South Carolina, man, North Carolina people, man, the people that that I started this journey with. Yes. Shout out Villanova, Crossfade, everybody, equanimity. Bro, I can go on. I can go on with these names, man. Gotta be.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you, bro. Like for doing what you're doing, man. Creating this avenue for cats to be able to go in here and, man, for people to learn about, man, sharing some love, bro.
Yeah. No, I love it. I'm telling you, man, I love to run my mouth, and this has been so enjoyable. You just don't know. Thanks to Chris Aiken and the CMS Network, man, for bringing me to the platform, and we're continuing to grow, and he's got big plans, and man, just the fact that he respects me, for what I do. And I thank him so much. Chris Aiken, he's that guy, man. Matt Hartnett, Scott Super Bowl, so many people, man. Anyway, the whole platform is an amazing podcast on it, man. So once again, thank you, young man. I appreciate you. If there's anything you ever need from the big guy, man, I got you, man. There's no question, man. You don't have to knock. You don't have to ring the bell. Just come on in, put your feet up, baby. It's love. It's love, man.
Just keep it out, man. Working on some things underground right now, man. Hey,
listen. Yeah. It's all love. No, I got something. I got something for you too. Because I said, with what you're doing now with Chase, man, I think that I want your opinion on it. And so it's something that's single I might want to do, man. But I love it, and I've had it for a while. I've had it for a while.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
Anyway, we talking shop now, man. But it's all once again, it's all about you, man. So thank you very much for being here, and I really appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. One more shout out, man. I got a shout out. Hashtag just saying, man. That's y'all will learn about that here in the coming few months.
Hashtag just saying.
Hashtag just saying. That's SAYIN. Hashtag just saying, man. All one word. Label, entertainment, media group. Man, we working on some stuff, man. I had to throw that out there real quick. We working on some stuff.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, anytime you want to promote and do whatever, man, we got you, man. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about, man. It's family and it's love, man. No doubt. Yes, indeed. So once again, thank you again, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It is yours truly, the Lord. Nelson, that is. Yes, indeed. Look at my mic going over there. I'm getting excited. The Lord Nelson, that is, from the podcast Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS Network with Royals Entertainment, with the unbelievable Jay FINNY, Jeremy L. Roberson, that guy, that dude, man. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you, man. Mike, look, I'm gonna roll with the mic, man. Act like, man, I'm an MC, man. I do this, man. Ain't nothing to it, man. Listen, I'm moving. But thank you, my brother. I really, really appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, brother. No problem, man. Thanks for having me, man.
All right. The total roster, minus one thing, the drummer that we had just wasn't working out. So we started playing some gigs with Jeremy, and at first it was kind of just like jazz fusion, kind of like trios or whatever. Played like 3 hours worth of material and he nailed it. Like everything just fit perfectly, like effortlessly, like flowed and clicked. And I was just like, man, that'd be cool if this guy could actually join us, but whatever, he's not really available. But at the show he was actually like, hey man, this is fun, let's do this again. I was like, all right, heck yeah, So anyway, the fearsome forces of Villanova came together, something like that.
Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson, that is.